Join the movement. Join the fight for justice. Join the fight for democracy, because at this moment, it takes everyone. You need to come out and also sacrifice. You need to come out and also be bold, because it takes all of us. Today, March 25th, marks the 20th anniversary of the La Grande Marcha, a moment when millions of working people, immigrants, and allies rose up together to say, we will not be silent, we will not be divided, and we will not stand by while communities are being targeted. What we built in response to something far more powerful, solidarity, and now it's our turn. Because this fight is not over. In fact, in many ways, it feels more urgent than ever.
Masked agents, armed like they were going to war, showed up in our park. And suddenly, kids were hiding. Families were afraid to leave their homes. Workers were looking over their shoulders, just trying to get through the day. But let's be clear, the attack didn't start with ICE. Just look at the pharmaceutical companies backed by billionaires that flooded communities across the country with poison for profit. They created an opioid epidemic that made billions, and they left our families to pick up the pieces. And just look at our predatory housing system, taken over by corporate landlords and real estate giants like BlackRock, Blackstone, buying up homes and jacking up rents. Of course, we see our families getting pushed out and people being thrown into homelessness. So many of the crises we deal with across the city and the country is a result of billionaire greed, layered on top of itself. And instead of holding those corporations accountable or investing in the communities they harm, we get violence, terror, exhaustion, displacement, criminalization for the crises that not only they caused, but profited from. Workers are not weak. Immigrants are not weak. This neighborhood is one of the most resilient communities in this city. So this May Day, we are reclaiming our space and our power and putting the entire system on notice. Because every corporation, every billionaire, every institution that exploits our labor only functions because we show up. And when we don't, everything stops.
Yep.
That is the power working people have always had, and that is the power the oligarchy is afraid of.
Prayer is for one who whisper the question, do you see me? The black grandmother who was raising her granddaughter, and when she takes her to school, she is getting a reaction because she is remembering that this time reminds her eerily of a time when there were colored water fountains in her school. Do you see me? The father worked 2 jobs to pay the rent and doesn't know if his children are coming home today because ICE is maybe coming to their school. Do you see me? The queer family that is trying to live their LA dream, but don't know if they can live the LA dream because Trump administration doesn't see them as human. And our response this May Day is, we see you. That you belong here. That we will fight for you. For scripture says that we do not have the spirit of fear, but of love, and of power, and of a sound mind. The Quran says that God did not create us in the tribe nation so that we wouldn't know each other, but that we created the tribe nation so that we will know each other and work together for the justice of the world. This May Day, we declare that we will have justice, and the debate of justice is not bankrupt in this country. This May Day, we say we deserve it all or we will shut it down. Because God is with us. And if God is for us, who can stand against us? So join us this May Day and shut it down and send a message to this nation that together we are going forward together and not one step back. Freedom. The freedom to stay with our families. The freedom to work and have a decent wage without being persecuted by ICE and Border Patrol. The freedom to move and escape persecution and war. The freedom to thrive and the freedom to transform our country towards justice.